What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today the Resident Evil HD Remaster. There's a lot of new features in this game, so let's go over the new features first to set it apart from the classic Resident Evils. Obviously, first and foremost, it is an HD Remaster. It's now 1080p and reformatted for widescreen support. You can actually toggle this part off if you'd like and just make it back to the old 4:3 ratio. They've also added a few new costumes, but the most drastic change is a new control style for newcomers to the series. Classic Resident Evils controlled with what were called tank controls. Pressing forward made you run forward, left and right make your character steer, much like a race car in Gran Turismo. But instead here, they've added a more modern control sequence in which the direction you point the stick is the direction your character walks. This makes dodging zombies a lot easier. Even fast enemies can be dodged more simply with this new control sequence. I think it robs a little bit of the fear and tension though of moments, so I turned it off almost immediately. But I am really glad they added this new control sequence, and it makes it a lot more easy for newcomers to come in, pick it up, and try it out to really enjoy this older part of the Resident Evil universe. So which Resident Evil is this is actually a question that does need to be asked. This is not the original Resident Evil, but in fact this is a HD remaster of the 2000 remake of the original Resident Evil. The prime difference being that they've resorted all the puzzles, they've moved items around, and they've introduced a new, extremely challenging enemy called the Crimson Head. Whenever you defeat your standard rotting, shambling zombie, his body will actually remain on the ground, and you have to find kerosene and a lighter to burn those bodies as quick as possible. After 10 or 15 minutes of in-game time, they'll actually revive and be faster, stronger, and more out for blood. These new enemies, called Crimson Heads, can run up on you in a hurry, so you really end up having to do a secondary resource management. Crimson Heads are extremely hard to kill and very fast and painful, so you really want to make sure you burn all the bodies you think you're going to come back across. If there's a side hallway where you're just trying to solve one puzzle, you actually have to calculate in your head, can I afford to use that bit of kerosene? Because the kerosene to burn these bodies is very limited. I really like the added fear of not just having to worry about the enemies you're going to face next, but also the enemies you've already defeated. This game is the perfect example of solid fear in gaming. You really have to count every bullet. You really have to worry about every dodge in combat. With the incredibly small inventory in this game, you really have to keep track of what you can carry, what you gotta leave behind, which healing item do you need to pick up if you can also still carry a puzzle piece. It's just such a dire little devious thing they've put in these games that I love so much. Solving these puzzles is so interesting and requires more than just a couple button presses. You will find yourself wandering in circles for hours in the Spencer estate, trying to find that next key to unlock the next hallway, to find the next horrendous monster who's hunting you down. The game just does absolutely everything phenomenally well. The one small complaint I have is several of the backgrounds still don't look very good. A lot of times the character models look great, but the zombies will look really bad. You'll be in an area that has a really cool explosion effect, but the background's all grainy. It's like they upscaled the resolution, but they didn't actually bring the forefront of the original pre-rendered background art style. When they told us they were doing a full HD remaster, I actually thought that they were going to go back to the original source files and upscale those. Instead, it looks like they just went to the core original GameCube programming and upscaled that. It's not that bad, but at times you do really feel a pixelated bunch of jumbledness in the foreground, and you gotta chuckle at it. If you're a fan of survival horror, definitely pick this up, because it's really interesting. If you've only played more modern horror games, I definitely encourage you to try this game out as well, because it's really solid. Let's go over to the ratings board. I give Resident Evil a 9 out of 10. Solid controls and new innovation really make this game shine, so I'm even slapping on my DreamcastGuy seal of approval. Capcom, if you hear this, please do more games in this vein, because this was a lot of fun. Feel free to remake Resident Evil 2 from the ground up. I mean, I would love to run around Raccoon City all over again. Fighting giant snakes, horrible skinless monsters chasing me through the dark tunnels. This is what gamers want, and we want to reward good programming. So keep it up, Capcom. This is what we were looking for, and you delivered. As always, guys, this has been DreamcastGuy. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. but do me a big favor and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends. Are you guys still watching? Oh yeah, you guys are the die-hard fans who watch all the way to the end. Well, check it out. It's a hunter getting his ass kicked by Altair from Assassin's Creed. Fuck you, bitch! I am the true monster here. Yeah, this is my life. This is what I do for fun.